going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Up podcast. In case you didn't know, this is...
My name is Alex.
Nush.
And my name is Cole.
Come on. Yo. Hi, guys. Somebody else did the intro today.
Yeah.
I think he did it better than me. I can't lie.
No.
It's been a hot minute since I've done one of these things. But yeah. This is nuts that you guys are here. I can't actually believe it. I can't lie.
And a bit of backstory. Me and Nush we're from Australia. So we were both born in South Africa. I was born in Durban.
I was born in Fochville.
No one's going to know where that is. So you're going to have to
I
explain.
was born in the Eastern Cape, for those who are wondering.
Yeah.
Well, Fochville is a little country town that no one knows about.
It's a mining town in the Free State. So we were both born in South Africa. We moved to Australia when we were younger. And then we graduated high school and decided to travel around Europe.
What's that been like so far?
Oh, it's been incredible. We're actually on our way home now, but we went and saw 25 countries in the last 12 to 18 months.
I can't lie to you. I've said this to you so many times. I didn't even know there were 25 countries, and the fact that you've been to them all is nuts.
Yeah.
I just think that's nuts.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely awesome. But we lived in London, and then we traveled from London to a country, just about 2 countries every month. 12 times 2 is 24.
I guess what a lot of people may be wondering, what's your favorite country that you've been to?
Oh, that's a great question.
I've asked you this off camera multiple times.
I think we should do our favorite winter and then our favorite summer.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. So
your favorite country in winter and favorite country in summer.
Yeah, that's a little easier to choose from.
Or should we list everywhere that we've been and then choose?
Okay. Yeah.
But I think just before we start that, just to give some context, I feel like YouTube runs in the family now. Because this is on YouTube, and then you guys have a whole YouTube channel documenting literally everything. So you can go check that out. I'll put that link in. How do the YouTubers do it? They go, link in bio, people.
Yeah, link in the description.
Link in the description,
exactly.
guys. The link will be in the description to go to these legends' YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's very simple videos of our travels in Europe, mostly for family and whatnot. To just look and keep up with us, see what we're doing.
But it's really entertaining, I can't lie.
Thank you.
Editing is top notch.
Yeah, Nush edits them. She's the mastermind. Yeah.
So there's a season 2 coming. Huh?
Yeah, there is a season 2 coming. We've been distracted in South Africa, all the hijackings and whatnot.
Yeah, so favorite summer and winter country. Oh, where you
Okay,
been?
yes. You have the
I feel like you guys should state, just because you guys have been to a lot of places, just countries rather than cities.
Okay.
Because I feel like if you say cities, maybe you get confused.
Yeah. Okay. Countries are
Switzerland, France, Belgium, Netherlands, Croatia, Greece, Italy, Austria, Germany, Spain, Lapland, Finland, Iceland, Czech, Slovakia, Hungary, Portugal, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Albania, Slovenia. I think that's it.
So yeah, Nush loved Slovenia. It's for people that don't know, we thought it was going to be like Russia because of the ear at the end.
Yeah, we went to Slovakia first, and we thought they were going to be similar, but they're not at all. Yeah. So that's what we were expecting.
Because Slovakia, was very grey and industrial and not so nice. Where we went, I'm sure there's nice areas, but yeah, then we went to Slovenia, kind of expecting the same thing, and it was beautiful. It was so green. There was a river that a canal that runs through the city, and the bridges were just incredible. The buildings are all so old. There's a castle in the middle of the city.
Castle on the hill. That insurance.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was crazy. So Nush really liked Slovenia as a summer spot, and it was warm, proper warm. What other places for summer? I loved Croatia because we went to Dubrovnik, which is in the south of Croatia,
right?
And it's the beaches there are so nice. So while we were there, it was like 35 degrees every day. So we'd go and we'd swim, and we'd go to this bar thing that was the whole of Dubrovnik is it's like a fortress with like walls like surrounding it. And so you climb through the wall, and then there's this staircase down the cliff, and it's all like this bar, and you can go and you can jump from the cliffs into the ocean. Yeah, it was hectic. It was like a 20-meter jump or like a 15-meter jump into the water.
Weren't you scared of what's underneath what you're going into?
No, because it's pretty deep ocean, and there's no sharks there apparently.
Okay.
So we were pretty.
You said that's one of your concerns of like where you're from, which is Perth, but a lot of sharks in the water.
Yeah, there are sharks. Apparently, there's a shark attack every other week now.
Huh?
It's scary. But I guess like so many people in Perth don't really care about it. They just like.
Yeah, just another shark. Like, here in SA, if you see a shark, bro, you run. I know you're in the water, you have to swim, but you find a way to run, bro. You're quick, dude. Sharks, alligator, even if a thing stings you in your foot, like a small, what are they called? Sea urchins or whatever the case is? You run, bro.
Yeah, you get like jellyfish and whatnot.
Oh, yeah,
no,
jellyfish.
like Australia, obviously, like they're scared of sharks, but most people they like surfing a lot more than they're scared of sharks. So they like it's like they don't care. But I don't know. I think as I've gotten older, I'm definitely more scared of of like what's the dangers of the ocean. But yeah, so that's summer places. So I'd say.
Also Greece and Italy.
We went to, so first of all, for her birthday, we went to Santorini. Very famous. I think a lot of people know about Santorini. And then you ended up getting a tattoo there, actually.
Yeah, I was about to say, can you talk through some of your tattoos or like your favorite tattoos?
Yeah, that's a great idea. So
my personal favorite is that chains one.
Yeah, the chain one is cool. It's my favorite. It's my favorite tattoo of mine as well.
I just realized you started telling me about it off camera, but then we got sidetracked.
Yeah, I can't remember what happened. So this is actually, I watch a lot of anime. So I've only 2 people that I've ever met have known where this tattoo is from. But I watch a lot of anime, and this one that I watch is called Hunter x Hunter. And the character has this chain called, he's got 5 chains and each one has a name. And this one is his judgment chain. And so I wanted the chain as a tattoo before I became a Christian, because I just thought it looked cool. And then I got the tattoo, and then later on I became a Christian. And the whole thing with his judgment chain is that it like, when he's fighting this dude, he uses his judgment chain, and the chain wraps around the other person's like heart, and then if they disobey him, then they die, essentially.
This is the anime series now.
Yeah, in Hunter x Hunter. So you kind of can picture where that comes into play as a Christian now. Like if I now don't obey God, then I will go to hell. I will die a permanent death. Yeah, so the pendant is actually like a cross.
I can't lie to you. I saw the photo, and I remember I texted you. I was like, "No way, Cole got a cross tattoo. This is amazing." And I wasn't sure. I then looked at it again. I was like, "Is it a cross or am I just hallucinating or just seeing things?" But it's a cross, right?
Yeah. Well, now
it's
yeah.
a cross.
No, but it is because of the original meaning.
Yeah, the original meaning of it.
So what's the meaning?
Does originate from it.
Okay.
The judgment chain, what I was explaining with the chain around the heart, and if they disobey, then they die. And now,
that's insane.
Yeah, and then my next tattoo here.
Wait, no, you gotta go in order of like.
Go in order. That's great.
Okay, so I've got more. So I've got a skeleton with a little target behind his head. It just looked cool, so I got it.
Yeah.
I'll have to show the camera up close.
I can also put pictures up while editing.
Oh, okay, there we go. And then here, I'll just go up close anyway in case. Okay, sorry. And then this is a
time you moved the camera to
sorry.
No, it's all good.
There we go. So this one here is also from an anime I watch.
It just looks cool.
Yeah, it looks cool. It's a character from Soul Eater. Not many people know Soul Eater, but I love the show. So yeah, his name's Death the Kid. That's a cool one. And then I've got this one on my arm here. This is just a cool pattern that I liked, but then when I got them to design it, I got them to put a little cross at the end. Can you see?
That's insane. Yeah.
There?
That's crazy.
So yeah, there's an extra little cross to like kind of
Yeah,
extend my faith. And then I've got one on my back, on my shoulder here. Have you seen that one?
I think so. I'm not sure.
I got one on the back of my shoulder and one on my rib cage here. So yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
And then what about you, Nish? You've got a couple?
Can you hold this?
Yeah, not alcohol. We've got to say that is not alcohol. That is tea. That is not alcohol. That is not alcohol.
Okay, I have a moon tattoo on my wrist. This was the first one I got when I was 17.
I'm 7. You looked at me. It's like 17.
It's because the very first dog that I got, her name is Luna. She's still alive. I said that like she's dead, but she's not. And that means moon, so I got a moon tattoo. And then this is a bee on my arm. You have to put like pictures in.
Yeah. I'll put pictures, bro. I'll find them from your Instagram.
It's a bumblebee, and it's a matching tattoo with my mum.
Okay.
And then on this arm, I have a mushroom that I got in Cape Town. And the artist drew it for me because apparently it's a mushroom that grows in Cape Town. I just like mushrooms, so I got that. This actually has a very interesting story, this tattoo. It's supposed to be like a sun, something like that, but I got it done. I don't even know how to begin. I got it done by basically like a criminal.
Huh? You got your tattoo done by a criminal.
And it's done really badly, and that's why it looks like that, because it was not professionally done.
Please run us through the story of how you got it done by a full-on criminal, somebody that's in prison.
No. So he got out of prison.
Oh, he's out of prison.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I'm like, you walked into this prison
So we were in Perth, and we wanted to get a tattoo, like impulsively, and
randomly get a tattoo.
yeah, very much regret it. But we wanted to get a tattoo, and everywhere was closed. And then we found this one place on Google that was open, and we called him. We were like, "Hey, can we get a tattoo?"
But a little bit of context. We called the number that it said on Google, and he was like, "Hello," and we were like, "Hello, we're just calling about a tattoo," and he was like, yeah. What do you want to know?" and then you keep going.
That should have been our first warning. But we went, and it was at this guy's house, and it was a super dodgy house.
Why would you go in?
But because this guy walked out and he was covered in tattoos, and he looked like very intimidating. So we were like, okay, well, we're here now, so we got to go in and just be polite and like, and then we walked in. It smells like things it should not smell like.
I would leave straight away. Like the fact that you stayed is like, wow.
It was just very
For the
awkward.
puppy, you stayed for the
We didn't know how to leave without like upsetting this guy, because he was very friendly actually.
okay.
He was a very kind person,
Okay.
but we just got some bad vibes from the environment. But the guy was very friendly, so we were like, okay, maybe, I don't know, maybe. And then he sets up his tattoo station in his kitchen, and I was like, oh no. And yeah, it was just really not a good situation. And then this tattoo, actually, you see it's red and black.
Yeah.
The red is outlined in black, but that's because he went in with the wrong color. He started, yeah.
So he did the first thing he asks before doing the stencils, which way should the dog face? I don't know if you guys have seen this tattoo. There is no dog on this tattoo. Nowhere should there be a dog on this tattoo. But he put the silhouette of a dog on the side of on her arm. And I was so confused. I was like, what do you mean which way should the dog face? And then
There's no that looks like a wolf more than anything.
yeah,
like,
exactly.
"Ooh."
And the thing is,
Oh my days, that's funny.
that line at the bottom is supposed to be like 3 separate lines, but he obviously
Anyway, aside from that, I don't so much mind about the dog, but he used the wrong color ink. And I was like,
And it's not like you
wait.
can say, take it off. Like,
I was like, hang on a minute. That's supposed to be the other color. And then he was like,
what color was it supposed to be?
it was supposed to all. So this red part was supposed to all just be red, but then
Oh,
he
okay.
started in black, and I was like, that's supposed to be red.
He started outlining black, and I was like, no, you're not supposed to. Oh, you like no,
Yeah.
outline that.
Mm.
And he was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, And so it's the wrong color and it looks horrible, like compared to
Yeah.
what it was supposed to look like. But I've embraced it. I don't mind it. It's got a cool story, but it was a bit hectic. And then Cole chickened out of his tattoo.
I was supposed to get this chain from him, but then he said, he was like, "Oh, sorry guys, it's running a bit late. Like I'll have to do you tomorrow." And I was like, "Oh, no problem." And then the second we got home, I called him and I was like, "Hey, I'm not so set on my tattoo. I don't know if I want to get it. I might not." And then cancelled.
So this is a matching tattoo with my mum, and then on the same day I got a matching tattoo with my dad as well. I don't want
That is so sick that you guys come with parents or come from
Yeah.
parents that have tattoos. That's insane.
like my socks. Just
Yeah,
to
the-
make sure I got goose socks.
The socks are insane.
My mom told me not to get the chain.
It's a beer bottle. You can't see, but it's a beer bottle. Matching. Oh, I'm not even talking to the microphone.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do that again. I this is a beer bottle tattoo matching with my dad. And then I have one on my back. I don't know if you can see it.
I had pictures, so.
One on my back there.
Okay.
It's a postage stamp with oranges on it for when we were in Spain. But I
Okay.
got it done in Italy, but it was for Spain. And then I have one on my hip, which is Greek writing that says 19 because I was in Greece for my 19th birthday.
That's crazy.
And then I think that's it.
That's crazy. And I know, it's going to be funny, and I can't wait to read the comments because I know somebody's going to be like, "Oh no, Christians can't get tattoos, this, that, and the other." But just go read the Bible, bro. Love, dude, because that time, you know how they did tattoos back in the day? I'm not sure if you... Yeah, they'd literally cut them and they'd use unsafe equipments and all that kind of thing. To draw blood. And it was idol worship as well. And also another thing that would happen, a reason that they said to not get tattoos was because, it was unsafe, worship to other gods and stuff. But there's also other things in that Bible verse that said we mustn't do. So not just tattoos, it's not eat pork, fabrics of clothing, and I feel like there's one more.
There's something else, I don't know.
There's something else. And people just decide to do tattoos. But yeah, I don't have a problem with tattoos. Yeah. I wonder if I should get one.
I think as well, societally, back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day, tattoos were kind of only given to, well, not only given to, but only really like. This is actually my granny in East London. Last time I was here,
our same.
Yeah, our granny. I'm Alex's cousin. We haven't even said that yet.
Legend.
No, I'm not showing out.
No, we're throwing Granny in the bus, guys. We're throwing it. No, I'm kidding.
No,
I'm kidding.
she
love Granny.
Yeah, absolutely. She grabbed my hand and she was like, "Why do you do this to yourself?"
She's gonna watch this. And she's gonna be like, "Why you mention this? Why you talking about it?"
No, but she grabbed my hand and she was like, "Why do you do this to yourself?" And then I got into a conversation with her and she was like, "I think it's just because when I was young, only the sailors got it. Only the dodgy people got tattoos back in the day. So that's why a lot of older people don't like them because of
I've
that."
had a conversation with her countless times about
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
I know for a fact she's gonna watch this. So hi, Granny.
Yeah, hi Granny.
Hi,
How are
Granny.
you? But I do want more tattoos. But I've changed from I want my tattoos now to more honor God. So I'm gonna get Yahweh across my chest in Hebrew, and I want to get a cross. Like a proper cross, because I've got this, but it's a half cross, and I've got this, and it's just a cross embedded in something else. I want a cross by itself, and
What's your Christian tattoo that's planned?
I can get a picture of it, but it's a
You could just send it to me and then I'll put it up.
it's, but I don't know what verse it is now. But it's the verse that says, "Kind words are sweet like honey,"
Okay.
and then it's an outline of a honey bottle, but it's the ones that look like a bear, and then inside it says "kind words," and it's really cute.
yeah, that is cute. I think it suits you. Yeah, so that's our tattoo stories.
That's insane. You guys have have Christian tattoos planned. Do you guys want to share a little bit about like how this whole Christian thing started? Because, yeah, it's to my knowledge, it's a new thing that you guys are Christian.
I have always been a Christian, but so my family's Christian. I grew up Christian, and I've been a Christian, but I think I was quite lukewarm up until we moved to London, actually. So like a year ago, and that was when we kind of got
Sidetracked.
like taken out of our reality, because it was just Cole and I, and we were away from like family, friends, and everything normal, and all of our distractions. And then I don't know, I kind of just drew a lot closer to God and started pursuing it a lot more.
When was this? 2023.
2024.
2024.
So just a year ago,
That's
really.
insane.
So I started studying it a bit more.
Because I
And
saw there was a picture of you and your Bible at some coffee restaurant. Yeah.
yeah.
Bagels and Bibles, yeah.
Yeah.
Bibles and Bagels post that Nish did on her story was the first ever Bible study that we did together.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were there as well. I thought it was just
No, it was me and
you
Nish.
were
So
there as well.
we
That
we
blows my
both took
mind.
our Bibles to the bagel shop down the road from us in London. And yeah, that was the first time I had openly been in public with my faith. I think like that month was when I had first started like. Okay, we're not on my testimony yet, sorry.
Okay, so your Bibles and Bagels. Sorry, I just had to add that in there for like the storyline.
No, it's fine. So what was I saying? Yeah, so in London, we kind of got pulled away from all of our family and friends and things, and I started to, my faith was always very separate from my relationship with Cole, and I was fine with that. And then suddenly I wasn't fine with that, and I didn't know why. And I felt like God was really calling me to be more like,
Close to him?
yes,
Okay.
but also to kind of not hide that. Not that I was hiding it, but just to be more open about it with Cole. And
So I wasn't Christian when we started dating, and Nush, when she says that she was fine with keeping it separate, she was fine with it not being a part of our relationship, in the sense that she would be Christian and she'd let me be me, and that was it.
Until I felt like, wait, no, I don't want it to be like that. It was obviously God, but it was a very strong like conviction almost of like, this is not okay. And then it was like a couple weeks of conversations and things, but then it started to become more of our lives, I guess. I don't know how to.
Yeah, now I guess that leads into my testimony. I was not Christian. I grew up not Christian. And then, Nush started looking into it, and obviously she started wanting to implement things into the relationship that like were Christian values, and I had no problem with it, like, at all. I was like, well, of course, if that's what you want to do, let's do it. And then that was when she started realizing that it was a lot more important to her and that she wanted to pursue it a lot more.
And you guys told me off camera that you would watch a lot of videos and George Janko's and
Yeah, exactly.
So
she was binging her Cliff Connectley, her Bryce Crawford.
remember you sent me one.
Yes.
So I don't know if you remember, but the one that you sent me, the guy, not Stephen Furtick, Judah Smith. Yes, it was Judah Smith, and he was talking about something about Christian music.
Yes.
And I kid you not, he said Chandler Moore, and that's the guy that I went and watched in Joburg. So, yeah, I just had to add that in there.
I also just want to say I would always watch my Christian podcasts and sermons and things like out loud, because I knew Cole was like listening in the background. I was like hoping it would like plant some seeds.
So we
And it
lived
did, so.
in London. Our apartment was tiny, so anything I did, Nush was 80% a part of. Anything Nush did, I was 80% a part of. So, like, she'd be watching her videos, and I'd just be doing my own thing. And then every now and again, I'd hear this banger, like an absolute bar, like things like sin feels like a freedom until you try to stop. And I was like, damn, that's good. And then I'd hear something like, yeah. And then I'd hear like, I don't know, like all sorts of things, like these banger quotes. And I'd look to Nush, and I'm still atheist at this point, and I was like, yo, that was a bar. And then
So it wasn't like you weren't Christian, you were atheist. That's crazy.
So yeah, I was Christian, but I just wasn't so deep in my faith. But Cole was atheist, and he did a complete flip.
yeah, and so I'm sitting in the side listening to these things, and I was like, wait, these actually kind of make a lot of sense. So then I was like, well, look, if I'm serious about this relationship with Nush, and I keep saying that I am perfectly okay with it, it would be silly of me to not at least like look into it, you know? Like if I'm gonna go and pretend like it's not the truth or silly, I've got to actually find out for myself if it is, you know, because I knew nothing about it. I knew nothing about the Bible. I've never read it. I knew nothing about God or Jesus' life. All I knew was that he died and supposedly came back to life. So then I started watching the Cliff and Stewart's videos, like binging them, smashing them out, because that was my project. My problem. Listen to me talk. My problem was the scientific side of it, I guess you could say, like all the miracles and Jesus coming back to life. Like to me, yeah, like that doesn't make sense to me. Like it's just a book. It's just a book written by a bunch of dudes. But then obviously I got into the whole like it's actually 40 books written over 5,000, 6,000 years. With an accuracy of like 99% cross-reference and like, and then obviously I was like, well, it could have been tampered with over the years. People have changed it and whatnot. But then you look back and you go through all just the New Testament. There's 25,000 New Testament manuscripts, ancient manuscripts. There's 25,000 just for the New Testament. And when you look at them, the new ones compared to the old ones, they agree to like an 99.99999 to an infinitesimal degree of accuracy, which means that the Bible has been essentially perfectly preserved over the last 2,000 to 5,000 years. And so that was one thing that I was like, okay, well, that gets rid of the whole humans have tampered it thing. And then I also was looking at Cliff, and he was explaining like, well, yeah, the Big Bang, like, oh, what? Oh, okay. Another thing I did was I read a book called I Don't Have Enough Faith to Be an Atheist. And I was like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. Like the faith is like believing in a religion. That was like the conception I had. And that's a conception I think everyone has. And so I started reading this book, and he was basically explaining that it takes more faith to believe that there is no sort of God, that there is no sort of intelligence, because the statistical impossibility of the universe, the statistical impossibility that there was literally nothing, and then all of a sudden, kablam, literally everything, you know, like that doesn't happen. Statistically, that's impossible. And it goes through all of the like scientific, all of the scientific anomalies that create life on Earth, and like how if there was no sort of intelligent intervention, it could not be possible. It just could not, because how could it? I don't know. I'm waffling here, but yeah, I'm preaching. And so then I started reading that, and it was very slow. It was a slow burn over like maybe a month, 2 months. And eventually I was like, Nush, I think I might be Christian. I found myself at work the one day.
What did you think when he said that? Yeah, like what did you think when Cole said that? I think I might be Christian. Like, what are your thoughts? Like, because, yeah, just walk us through that.
I had obviously been praying for him as well. But he was very hesitant, and he was very like, so I didn't want to scare him away. So I kept it cool.
Yeah, she played it very.
I was like freaking out. I was like,
she played it very chill.
But yeah, I didn't really say much. I was like, oh, okay, how come?
I use this example with Nush as I was watching this show, and these kids had like this project, this class project, and their whole project was to prove that like the supernatural has some sort of like manifestation in people's life. And so people always like they were teasing them and going like, oh, ghosts and zombies aren't real, like blah blah blah, like why? But then the one day they plan this thing where they put fake zombies around the school, and then everyone like jumps up and they're terrified, and then they run to the evacuation point, and then they're standing there and they're going, if you knew 100% that it's not real, why were you scared of the fake zombies? Do you know what I mean? Like, why did the zombies scare you if you know so sure that it's not real? And I found myself at work thinking, I was like, I guess I said a prayer. I wouldn't know what to call it, but I just said, I was like, hey God, like, look, I don't know if you're real, but like you could be. And then I caught myself and I was like, wait, if I was so confident God isn't real, why have I just said that? Why have I just in my head said, hey God, if you're real, can you give me a sign? Because if I knew for fact that it wasn't real, I wouldn't have said that in my head. And so that's when I was like, okay, I think that there is that belief in there. There is that mustard seed.
Didn't you have a dream about some what was it called? Yeah, just walk us through the dream that you told me.
So then I've been a Christian for like 6 months. Yeah, this is a lot further down the line. So
You gave your life to Christ.
oh yes, and then eventually I got a bit stronger and stronger in my faith. And then I was like, you know what? If someone was to ask me, I would say, yes, I'm a Christian. I believe God exists. And then I was like, well, I had never read the Gospels. I didn't know Jesus' story, but I had kind of subscribed to Christianity. So I was like, well, I guess Jesus, yeah, he died for me. And then Nush bought me my first Bible. And so she bought me a Bible, and it was awesome. I don't know, I should have brought it. Yeah, in South Africa. Yeah, it's in my bag at home. And then, yes, then I started reading Matthew, and then I actually got the story, and I was like, okay, I believe Jesus has died for me. And then I went to the church. We went to this church. It was hectic in London. It was so awesome. We were at this church that had like 90 ethnicities in it. It was called
Kensington Temple.
Yeah. And so it was like this. Yeah. So we rock up to this church, and you think like, okay, when everyone thinks of London and England, you think of English people, white people. We rock up. We were in a sea of like Nigerians, like Somalians, South Africans, people from Zimbabwe, people from Namibia, literally like everywhere. We were like the only white people in the church. And so we got it was awesome. We got the warmest welcome. Everyone's coming like, hello, how are you? Like loving it. Like, what's your name? It's so lovely to see you. And then the worship starts, and it was like the most emotional church I've ever been to. So then I'm a lukewarm Christian for a while. And then one night I have this dream where I'm in this spaceship. I've been pulled up into the spaceship with Nush. We're together. We're still dating. And then I pulled up into the spaceship, and God is there. And he's so calm. He's so peaceful. And so he's like, this is Earth. This is you guys. Like, this is your stop. And so I'm like, oh, Nush, come on, let's go. Like, let's go get off the spaceship now. Okay. So he had pulled me onto the spaceship already. And then we're leaving. We like left, and then we fly around a bit, and then we land. Yeah. And he's like, this is your stop. And so I get off, and I'm like, Nush, come, let's go. Like, this is our stop. Because he says like, this is Earth. This is your stop. And so I pull Nush, and she's like, no, I don't want to get off. I don't want to get off the spaceship. I don't think we should. But I was like, no, he said this is Earth. This is our stop. So I get off, and I bring Nush with me. I bring her, and I make her get off when she doesn't want to. Yeah. And then I hop off, assuming this is heaven. You know, this was where he was bringing us to. And then all of a sudden I see these people, and then they start fighting. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Why would people be fighting in heaven? And the longer I'm there, the more I realize, like, this is hell. Yeah. Like, I am in hell, and I've dragged Nush with me. And then all of a sudden, I wake up, and I don't notice anything about my dream. Yeah. And then I sit there for like 20 minutes, and I think about it, and I'm like, this is like a story of, like, I am living a lukewarm life. I'm not implementing Jesus' teachings into my life. I'm not living how a Christian should, and I'm bringing Nush with me in our relationship, and the way that we do everything, and the way that I present myself is I'm bringing Nush to hell with me. And so that was when I was like, okay, I need to lock in.
Lock in.
Yeah, bro. I need to lock in. I need to straighten my act up. So that was when I started really taking it seriously. I started really reading my Bible a lot more.
That's insane. That's great. That's good.
Yeah, that's kind of my testimony. And then I came to South Africa. Yeah, since then we've been very serious in our faith, and we've been actually trying to portray God.
I think just in closing, what would you guys both say to anybody that's hesitant, or maybe that was in the position that maybe, or you were in particular, like, okay, is there God? Isn't there God? Like, what's happening? What would you say to somebody like that?
I would say, if you know that there is no God, try and prove it by 1, reading the Bible, 2, reading I Don't Have Enough Faith to Be an Atheist, and 3, actually thinking, how could everything have possibly happened without some sort of intervention? When has life ever come from non-life? If you can still prove to me that there is not a chance that there is a God, then I'd say your heart's probably a bit hard, but yeah, go your way, I guess.
How about you?
Yeah, I think I'd probably say the same thing. But just, I guess, put your ego aside and just...
Exactly, sorry.
Just actually give it a real chance, because there is no decision that's more important. And I think opinions of other people and lots of things like that get in the way, but at the end of the day, this is more important. So I think put your ego aside and really just sit down and lock in, you know. Yeah. That's what I would say.
Alrighty. I suppose I would just say, just read the Bible, read that book Cole was talking about, go to church, chat to some people, and just put your ego aside. That's all. That's phenomenal advice. But anything else you guys want to say?
Thanks for having us. Thanks for letting us come
You're
and
welcome.
join you.
Anytime you can just fly across from the world, or or I can fly across there, and then we can make something happen.
Yeah, sounds good.
Alrighty, okay. You guys did the outro. Okay, well, you did the intro, I'll do the outro.
Toodaloo. Okay.
I'll do the outro. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I'll see y'all next time.
Peace.